Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Market Show. And today is Friday, so we are doing a market wrap up of the week, as well as what I'm going to be currently seeing going into next week. And I'll give you guys the support resistant guide, and as well as the bull perspective and the bear perspective of things going forward. All right, so let's get started. So right now, let's take a look. Before we get into the charts, let's look at the what happened this week. So this week, we had PCE data, and the data actually came in. The inflation data came in a little bit hotter, and now we have a 71% chance of getting a 25 basis point rate hike. So I'm going to say it's probably very, very likely that we're going to get the rate hike due to how hot the market's been running, and NVDA has been making it seem like demand is not slowing down, and we're getting more sticky inflation. PCE data is a inflation data, and today came in a little bit hotter. So hence this rate yesterday was at around 50, 40%, and today jumped 20% in probability. So very likely we're going to get that June 14 rate hike. So I'm surprised that with this rate hike priced in the market, as well as a sticky inflation data, we actually got the market ripping much higher today. As you can see, let me see 1 second. QQQ up 2.5%, which is quite a big move, if you ask me, after running so much already. And as well as next week, we have Monday is Memorial Day, so there's no trading. And so these 3 stars means the volatility of these will be higher. The more star, the more higher. So consumer confidence, what are we looking at Tuesday? And jobs opening, it's going to be for Wednesday, as well as Thursday. I'll be looking at this ISM manufacturer PMI data. And Friday, not as much, but non-farm payrolls. So next week is some packed economic events and earnings. There's not that much going on for next week. The one I'll be looking at specifically would be Broadcom. You can see Broadcom is one of those semi stocks where it's trading at all-time highs, and we are in a blue sky breakout where there is no price action above us. So we don't know where the resistance is until we get more price action, obviously, because we can't go back and look at any resistance that has been traded this level at the moment. But you can say we are short-term extended. But as with anything, market can always stay irrational longer than it can stay solvent, because just due to the FOMO, the greed coming in at this point. So we'll see. This potentially be maybe a climax top due to the volume. You can see we have increasing bull volume, and today is the highest volume it's been. But nobody knows. We can have another one tomorrow. Sorry, Tuesday. That volume goes higher than today, and that could be the climax talk, right? So we can't guess just based on that, but it's definitely short-term oversold, overbought in all time frames at the current moment. And yeah, its earnings is on Thursday, so we'll see how that goes for them. But as of now, it's been running as well as with NVIDIA and every other semi stocks. So, but let's take a look at NVIDIA. So I did a NVIDIA breakdown yesterday briefly. There's not much to break down, to be honest. It's just chopping within yesterday's zone. So this is yesterday's bar. So we traded within that bar. So as long as it doesn't go below 0.382, it's still a bull flag. And we can just go like this, consolidate, and then hit the zone, and then we bounce, and then that would be a confirmed bull flag. But as of now, it's still above this 0.32, so it's pretty healthy. If you retrace over 50%, then the most likely scenario is an equilibrium. So it means it will tighten up within previous range. So it looks something like this: move up, move down, and it'll just tighten up. So we'll need more price action for that next week to determine the most likely scenario of where this is going to go. All right, let's get into the market itself. So QQQ. QQ broke out of my rising wedge. And this is the megaphone, actually. I'm going to go to the other one. It's funny. We haven't looked at the megaphone forever, but the megaphone line is similar line as the rising wedge. So I broke out of this rising wedge today, and we did, yeah. So we kind of broke it out here in the morning. So we went straight to the next resistance on the daily chart. You can see back here this cluster of volume trade here, and there was a gap right here, and we actually filled that gap today. And so the next level I'm looking at would be this level. So this clustered range of volumes, this is the value area high. I need to know what that means, but this is it will act as a resistance, meaning the amount of volume traded in the area, because we're under it for the price action. Obviously, we're not gonna shoot straight up to it. I mean, you never know. Let's see how many percent we are. We are 3% away. As the phone was kicking in the market, we can potentially, go up like that and then pull back, or we start pulling back here, right? So none of them know that yet, because there's zero signs of bears at the moment. You can zoom into the charts, 1 hour, zero signs. 5 minutes, zero signs. Even with the smallest time frame, it's not even in a downtrend for 5 minutes or 2 minutes, right? So we can't say when it's going to pull back yet until we do see a change in trends, right? Let's say we get a 5 minute downtrend, right? And then we zoom out to like the 15 minute, and then we see if we can even get an hourly downtrend confirmed to start seeing some pullback on the daily chart. As of now, 100% bulls. Like this was more of a automated buying. It's like pretty much hedge funds managers and all the big money just turn on buying for the whole morning. You can see there was zero dips, and it just trended up all the way. Where's my 12 EMA? Yeah, so it trended up all the way to 12 EMA, and you can see we bounced off of the 5-minute 12 EMA, continues to hold until this little area, but we came back above it. So this was definitely some automated buying here in the morning for sure. Is that interesting enough? This was where the PC data came in, and we had a mini drop, but the market just bought it all up, even when with the inflation data coming in. So if you're a bull, you are 100% comfortable. There's no need for you to sell at the moment until you see the red flag. You see this. Let's say you just want to hold until you get a 5-minute downtrend, right? Then you just sell, or it just continues. You just hold until the next resistance. Take some profit up here. So now there is no signs of bears. From a bear perspective, you can say we are overbought on every time frame. 5-minute time frame is overbought. 15 is overbought. 1 hour is overbought. 4 hours overbought. Daily is overbought. And I'm pretty sure the weekly is now overbought. Let me turn this on first. RSI. We just hit overbought on the weekly, but on 70. But you can see even back here, overbought can stay overbought, right? So we can't just take one indicator and say it's overbought and decides to just short the market based on that. So we need more data and price action to get a better entry for risk reward. So very first thing obviously I'm looking at is 5-minute downtrend, and then the hourly, then it would go into the daily. So as of now, we don't have any of that yet. Even yesterday, we didn't have any of that. It's briefly over here, but 5-minute downtrend confirmed with zero follow through from the bears, and then bulls just spotted up. That is what I'll be seeing for QQQ, because semi sector is still super strong. So before QQQ pulls back, we need the semi to pull back as well. So you can see the semiconductor sector has been leading QQQ after QQQ was leading for the past couple of weeks, and this 2 weeks is the semis leading. So semis are close to its resistance. Let me just delete this. So this one, semis is pretty much close right around its resistance. So, but if NVDA just doesn't drop, and let's say Broadcom next week have another stellar earnings, next thing we know, we are testing all-time highs, right? Just like NVIDIA's broke all-time highs, Broadcom AVGO broke all-time highs, and the other semi stocks are catching up. So obviously, we're not going to just shoot straight line, like into all-time highs, but like it's a good chance where we pull back, consolidate a little bit, into next Thursday. Broadcom has nice earnings. Boom, we go close up there. But again, the narrative for the bulls, but the narrative for the bears is we are also overbought on every single time frame for this move in the short term. Right, it's a 20% move on a ETF, semiconductor ETF, and you don't really see that often. I mean, over here we did 27% move, right? Then you see it pull back, like this kind of a pullback, right? It needs to consolidate after a big run. So it may look small in the pullback, but it's a 7-8% pullback, right? So usually how things work. And even back here, we had a nice 34% run, and then we pull back 15%. So as with every move, there is a pullback. Although this move is more so emotional and news related due to the AI. NVDA able to confirm revenues for its AI sector. So it's a little bit different than here and here. This is just more so oversold market buying back up everything, and this is more so news related. So news related moves can stay overbought longer than when these kind of moves. So people may stay a little bit more rational. So we got to be careful to play these moves up here if you want to thinking about shorting. Purple, like I said, zero red flags, same as QQQ. There's you can see the chart in the shorter time frame. It's just following the 12 EMA and absolutely zero red flags. Everything is in an uptrend, and so just continue follow your trend. You can just set your stop loss in the prior pivot. If you like to hold for a longer time frame, just go to the hourly chart and set your pivot prior to the hourly pivot. This one here, you can say this one's here, but it's not. You want one candle close below it and like a higher low. But walk your stop loss up. If it keeps on going up, let's say it goes up like this, right? You want to set your stop loss here. Once it goes up here, you set your stop loss here. Once it goes up again like this, set your stop loss here. Once it goes up, set your stop loss here. And if this happens to, this is the top and it comes down, you get stopped out right there, and which will be right here, and you're good to go. You miss maybe like 0.2% of the profit or something, maybe, but you pretty much nail the top, and you buy back on a pullback or whatever you want to do with your profits, right? So just walk up your stop with the pivots, and good to go for the bulls. The bears, you want to see something like at least an hourly downtrend. So let's say or a big enough hourly drop. Okay, let's say I'm gonna go back here. So let's say Tuesday, get a big enough hourly drop. Then if you're a bear, you're like, okay, maybe I'll scout the lower high. So bounces. This is the lower high. This is where you get in, and then you play for the next move down, right? Because that's where the chances of probability of it actually going down increases. If it just pulls back like this tiny bit, your chances of it going down is not a lot. That could just be the higher low, and the next higher low, and the next higher low. So let's say you short here, you get stopped out again. So you want to see a big retracement first, and then actually scout that lower high. That's I got you guys for on the semi sector due to how hot it's been running. But yeah, so we want to see semi sector at least pull back to have QQQ cool down, because it's feeling QQQ definitely, because NVIDIA's AI is also pumping Microsoft and Google's AI as well. So those two are big weightings in QQQ. So all right, let's take a look at SPY. SPY's back into this rising wedge. Obviously, SPY is a little bit weaker compared to QQQ. It's been like that forever, and we've been talking about this. But today, I was telling you guys how about if the different sectors are going to join Team Bull or the QQQ sector is going to join Team Bear. But it turns out all the other sectors, XLF, XLV, healthcare, financials, and everything else joined Team Bull today. Hence, we got a nice move on SPY as well with QQQ. Of course, semi sector it's going to feel QQQ more than SPY. That's why it was only a 1.3% move for SPY versus the tech. Tech still the team bull, the lead bull for now. And we closed pretty much at the top of last week's top. So that's the most key resistance we're looking at. If we can't get over this, and it's going nowhere. But I'm looking to see if we can fill this gap, which QQQ already filled the gap. Oh, there's no gap up here for SPY, but QQQ is way ahead of SPY for sure. QQQ is already back up here. Yeah, I'm definitely looking to see if SPY can fill this gap. If SPY can get over last Friday's high, and can SPY hold this level when QQQ decides to take a breather, right? Everyone knows QQQ is going to take a breather at some point because of the move we had. Let's see, how much did that move? 7% move. This was a nice breather, so it's pretty normal. So it cooled things off a little bit. But then the next 2 days, we got an even bigger move just in 2 days. So yeah, we definitely need a breather as well again. So let's say QQQ pulls back a little bit. Where is SPY able to hold again? Just look at how much SPY dropped when QQQ pulled back this 3 days. The size of this pullback gave back pretty much 70% of this 2 days move. But for SPY, it was almost 100% of that move, right? You can see we back tested the low of this whole move, 100% retraced. So you can see how much weaker SPY is, right? So let's say QQQ pulls back 50% of today's move. Then do we see SPY back under here? Yeah, it's roughly this area. We're testing this 413 again. So yeah, we'll see if SPY can actually hold or not. And if not, then chart may start looking a little bit weaker. But the debt ceiling drama is still going on. But so far, still no rate. They haven't resolved it yet. But 99.9%, I would say they're gonna raise it, and we'll just see if that credit rating thing I'm talking about yesterday, if they would, that's a potential risk where they drop the credit ratings, and that would cause the market to sell off. But as of now, we don't know if that's going to happen or not. But we'll just go day by day, and make sure to, if you have fears about that, then you can hedge your positions and see, just in case it happens, as well as set your stop losses. But if it happens in the pre-market, then obviously stop losses will not hit or after hours. But just make sure you are prepared for those things. This might be nobody knows, but that's all I got for you guys. If you guys got any questions or comments, feel free to comment below. And if you made it this far, feel free to subscribe, as well as I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be updating natural gas tickers tomorrow, and I'll be updating you guys on the big tech stocks: Tesla, NVDA, Microsoft, Google, Apple, and Amazon, all in one video on Sunday. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. Have a great weekend, and take care.